Starter Pokemon are some of the most beloved in the entire series. After all, every trainer's journey begins with picking one. And because these Pokemon are so crucial to a playthrough of the game, Game Freak wants to make them at least decently strong so that they don't just get replaced the instant that you see a cool new bug. Because of this, many starter Pokemon end up being good in competitive play. Some of them even end up being a little bit too good. But how good would a team of only starter Pokemon be? This is a question that I've had for a while, but I was always afraid of the answer. See, some starter Pokemon are pretty strong on their own, but there's issues if you use too many of them. They're all either fire, water, or grass, and such limited type coverage is a problem in competitive play. So I've always been too scared to attempt a challenge like this using a team of only starters because I just thought that there was no way I was going to be able to get enough wins to make an interesting video. But right now is the perfect time to attempt a challenge this ludicrous. See, competitive Pokemon has an ever-changing rule set, with different Pokemon coming in and out of rotation. Typically, the way that it works is that when a new Pokemon game is released, the rules are super restrictive, and over time, more and more Pokemon are allowed back in, until eventually every Pokemon is legal right before a new game releases, when the cycle starts over again. And that makes a challenge like this one hard because by the time all of the starter Pokemon have been added to the game in the first place, the power level of the overall format has already reached such absurd levels that there's no way they'll be able to keep up. But in the most recent and current competitive format, the Pokemon Company broke their long-standing tradition and went backwards, adding more restrictions rather than releasing them. They did this by banning every single legendary and paradox Pokemon from competitive play. And crucially, every starter Pokemon is already in the game. So if this challenge is ever going to be even remotely possible, it's going to be right here, right now. Of course, I don't want to mislead you and give you the idea that this challenge is going to be easy. This would already be an incredibly difficult challenge if I was allowed to use all fire, water, and grass Pokemon, and realistically, I can only use 9 of each. That being said, it might actually be possible to get a win or two now. I'm going to enter an online tournament, but first, I need to build a team. For this team, I'm limiting myself to only using the fire, water, and grass type starter Pokemon. Technically, Pikachu and Eevee are also starter Pokemon in Let's Go, and of course, there's also spin-off games like Colosseum and XD, but I figured that most of you clicked on this video not considering those other starter Pokemon, so I'm not going to allow myself to use them. That's how you know I'm a good YouTuber. Maybe even a YouTuber worth subscribing to? Much to think about, much to consider. For me, of course, a fellow viewer, just like you. So I need to somehow build a team of Pokemon that can take on every single major threat in the format while using an extremely small pool of Pokemon to work with. In order to make this work, I'm going to have to lean on my team building fundamentals. While rule sets, Pokemon, and mechanics change, the core of what makes a Pokemon team good stays the same. There's two main things that I always focus on. A team needs to be fast and it needs to hit hard. Now there's a couple starter Pokemon that can do decent damage, but the speed's going to be an issue. Normally, to get your Pokemon to move before your opponents, you have a few options. You can use incredibly fast Pokemon of your own. You can use abilities that make your Pokemon faster than they would otherwise be. Or you can rely on moves like Tailwind and Trick Room to change the order in which Pokemon move. Unfortunately for me, none of the starter Pokemon worth using can do any of this. Challenge over, womp womp. But wait, there is one single option available that doesn't fall into the aforementioned categories. It's a signature move of sorts that's only usable by the starter Pokemon, the Pledge moves. There are 3 Pledge moves, named Water Pledge, Fire Pledge, and Grass Pledge. While they do work as standalone 80 base power special moves without secondary effects if you just use one of them on their own, they become much stronger if your other Pokemon uses a different type of Pledge at the same time, making them some of the only combination attacks in the entire franchise. Using 2 different pledges together has some weird effects. First, as soon as the faster Pokemon uses a pledge move, the slower one immediately moves next, regardless of their speed stat. Second, when used together, the pledges combine into a single 150 base power move that is the type of the dominant pledge. For context, that's as strong as Hyper Beam. And third, using the pledges together causes a 4-turn secondary effect to appear on the battlefield. Fire and Water Pledge create a rainbow, doubling the chances of all secondary effects on your side of the field, such as Flare Blitz being more likely to burn, or Rock Slide being more likely to make your opponent want to throw their Switch out of the window. Fire and Grass Pledge create the burning field, dealing damage at the end of each turn to your opponent's Pokemon unless they're fire type. And Water and Grass Pledge create the Swamp. The Swamp is one of the most broken forms of speed control in the game. Unlike Tailwind, which doubles your team's speed stats, or Thunder Wave, which halves your opponent's, the Swamp reduces both your opponent's Pokemon to a quarter of the speed that they would be otherwise. There's no way to get rid of the Swamp either except to outlast it. So setting it up essentially ensures that my Pokemon will be moving first for the next few turns. So I need a fast water or grass type Pokemon that can help me set up the Swamp. And for this team, I'm picking Focus Sash Serperior. While there are other options like Greninja, Inteleon, and Meowscarada, I think that Serperior is the strongest choice. That's because Serperior has one of the most broken abilities in the game, and the only reason we don't see more of it is because Game Freak really limits the Pokemon that can get this ability because it's so strong. It's Contrary, which turns all stat boosts into stat drops, and more importantly, all stat drops into stat boosts. This has ridiculous synergy with Leaf Storm, a super strong grass type move that drops the user's special attack by 2 stages normally. If Serperior uses it, it will give Serperior 2 special attack boosts every single time it connects because of the ability Contrary. Now, Serperior isn't a very powerful Pokemon to begin with, but after enough special attack boosts, it becomes a menace. In addition to Leaf Storm, Grass Pledge, and Protect, I'm also going to teach it Terra Blast. So which type do I want Serperior to turn into? Stellar. Terra Stellar Terra Blast is weird. First, nothing resists it, and the only thing it's super effective against is opposing terrestrialized Pokemon. I like Stellar offensively here because if I get enough boosts on Serperior, being able to hit every Pokemon for damage that they can't resist will be a huge deal. Terra Stellar also works differently than any other type with Terra Blast. First, instead of being 80 base power, it's instead 100. And in order to balance out how strong it would be otherwise, every single time you hit an opponent with Terra Stellar Terra Blast, both your offensive stats are lowered by 1 stage, which in Serperior's case means both offensive stats are raised thanks to Contrary. If I can keep Serperior safe for long enough, it'll get stronger every attack and hopefully snowball out of control. Now I need a Water Pledge user, and there's a clear standout. Primarina. Primarina is not only a very powerful Pokemon on its own, it's also a water and fairy type. This is important because fire, water, and grass attacks are all resisted by dragon type Pokemon. Primarina is not going to be enough to deal with dragons on its own, but it's at least a Pokemon I have that can damage them compared to everything else. Because of how strong the pledge moves are when they're combined, I give Primarina a life orb and train it to be very offensive with just a little speed. I value offense more here because I'll be able to pick up some surprise KOs thanks to the power of the pledges. And I don't need to worry so much about speed because in the swamp, I'll probably be outspeeding everything anyway. In addition to Water Pledge, I select Protect, Moonblast, and Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice turns into a water type spread move thanks to Primarina's Liquid Voice ability. I give Primarina a Terra type of Poison in order to resist Sneasler's moves. As a spoiler, that's going to come up a lot because 4 of my 6 Pokemon are weak to Sneasler, and Sneasler's the single most used Pokemon in the format. Again, there are issues when you can only use starter Pokemon. I have a grass type, I have a water type, now I want a fire type. I'm really worried about Sneasler, but also I'm worried about Archaludon. It's a dragon type Pokemon that isn't weak to fairy, and even if it were, it can KO Primarina with Electro Shot. So I decided to add a Pokemon that can outspeed Sneasler and threaten Archaludon. Blaziken. Now, Blaziken's not a very popular Pokemon, but I think that it can work here. With its speed boost ability, it gets faster every turn, outspeeding Serperior and Sneasler after just 1 boost. The reason outspeeding Serperior is important is because, remember, the slower of the 2 pledge users is the one that actually gets to use the move. So without a faster fire or water pledge Pokemon, there's no way for Serperior to use the combination pledges after it boosts its special attack. On top of just being a way to enable the pledges though, Blaziken's a threatening Pokemon on its own. Flare Blitz and Close Combat are very powerful moves, and with the clear Amulet item, there's no easy way for my opponent to slow down Blaziken's damage output. Terra Ghost is the best Terra type versus Sneasler, but it also makes Blaziken immune to Fake Out, allowing it to threaten a KO on both of the most popular Fake Out users. But even with Blaziken, I don't think that I have enough for Sneasler, so I'll add the starter Pokemon with the best matchup against it, Skeleturge. Skeleturge is a fire and ghost type, making it immune to the fighting moves and giving it a resistance to the poison moves that Sneasler learns. With Will-O-Wisp, I can not only break Sneasler's Focus Sash, but also cut its damage output in half, and I can keep the Croc healthy by using Slack Off to heal myself back up. Torch Song is Skeleturge's signature move, and it boosts its special attack every time it hits a target. So once I've cut my opponent's damage output down with Will-O-Wisp, I can leave them on the field and start setting up. Skeleturge also has the Unaware ability, making it ignore any stat boost the opponent sets up. This allows it to be a real pain pain in the side of setup Pokemon like Goldengo and Kingambit, as well as giving me another answer to Archaludon. I give Skeletor just Citrus Berry to help keep it alive, and a Terra type of Grass to provide an immunity to Amoonguss and a resistance to water and ground, and train it to be as bulky as possible. Now at this point, I realized that my main strategy is set up around the swamp, and currently I only have one water and one grass pledge user. So I decided to add another grass starter. And there's one that stands out as being so good that people are using it even without being forced to use only starters on their team. Rillaboom. While Rillaboom normally focuses on being a bulky supporter who can also do damage, that's not going to cut it here. Because the pledges are completely dependent on the speed stat of the first pledge user, I train my Rillaboom to be as fast as possible and max out its attack stat as well. I give it the Assault Vest to help keep it alive and a Terra type of Ghost because of Sneasler. But with my Rillaboom so fast, I realized that I can use different moves than normal. I keep Fake Out for support and Wood Hammer for damage, and of course I need to use Grass Pledge. But for the last move, I decide to use Drum Beating, Rillaboom's signature move. This move lowers the speed of whatever it hits, letting Rillaboom mess with the speeds of my opponent even when Primarina isn't around. With just one slot left, you already know what it's going to be. It's an all-starter team. Incineroar. Now, before you yell at me, I did really try to build this team without it because I thought it'd be funny, but I just could not win even in practice. It's just too good. This one is at least a little different than normal because it has Fire Pledge. If you want to use the team for yourself, you can do so with the rental code here. And if you want to read my full breakdown of the team, that's up on Patreon, along with 3 extra videos a month, all my tournament teams, and more. The support from Patreon also allows me to put extra time and care into the bigger videos on this channel without feeling like I need to rush them out. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who is either currently supporting or has supported me in the past on there. It really means a lot. I'm using this team in an online tournament, and it's going to be tough. In order to make it out of the first phase of the tournament and into the top cut, I need to win 5 of my first 7 games. I'm setting the more modest goal of winning 3. I think that is already going to be enough of a challenge. Every round in this tournament is best 2 out of 3, so I need to beat every opponent with this team not once, but twice. Something that I think is going to be especially hard to do in this round 1. Okay, let's see if we can pull this off. I only have so many tools here, and they're not all good. I at one point had a plan versus this. However, I seem to have forgotten just what exactly that plan was. Okay, I need to figure something out. I think I'm going to try 1, 2. I think I do want Primarina here because it's really good out of Trick Room. So if I can stall out the Trick Room, then it becomes very powerful. This relies a lot on Incineroar and Primarina to stall out the Trick Room. Well, then go Flamigo, actually. Okay. Flamigo's Terra is Ghost. So interesting lead. They both have Protect. Huh? This is not smart. Protect.
Nope.
Oh, it's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. Okay, well that wasn't my best idea, was it? Nasty plot? Okay, it's fine. I got the boost. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so the way that Superior's ability works contrary is that whenever it would get a stat drop, it instead gets a stat boost. And that's a big deal here because I can go into Blaziken. Okay, they didn't. I was worried about them switching in Incineroar, honestly. They didn't Terra either, which is kind of crazy. Okay, their Goldengo's max speed. That's good to know. Brave Bird comes out. Okay. Into my Superior. That's okay. I know this looks bad. However, it's actually not the end of the world. I'm threatening a KO on Goldengo here if I want it. I'm going to Flare Blitz here, and I'm going to Terra Stellar, Terra Blast. So here's the thing. Terra Stellar Terra Blast does 2 things. It's different than regular Terra Blast for a couple of reasons. First, instead of being 80 base power, it's actually 100. And there's no way to resist it. That's the other thing. But the second thing is that after you use it, it lowers both of your offensive stats by 1 because it's such a powerful move. Yeah, it lowers both your offensive stats by 1. So because I'm behind in this game, I'm choosing to make a prediction here that the Goldengo, in pressure of the Terra, in pressure of the Flare Blitz, and because it's set up, and because Dragon resists both of my stab moves here, right? Like both Fire and Grass. I think that this Goldengo really wants to Terra into Dragon type, right? And the thing about Terra Dragon is that it is weak to Terra Stellar because all Terra types are weak to Stellar. They didn't go for it. I lose the game on the spot. Okay. Well, I'm really surprised by that. I could have actually doubled this slot if I wanted, but I really thought that they were going to Terra. Oh, I got the burn. Okay, this is not going to KO because it's not that strong, although this thing has no bulk on it, and I am +2. Yeah, this person really, I think I just expected them to do different things than they did. I'm going to see how much this does, though, because I am curious. Yeah, it does a lot. Now, because of contrary, instead of losing stats, I actually gain them here. If they go for, like, Brave Bird into Blaziken, okay. Now, I don't think I have the juice left in the tank, unfortunately, to win this one. Because I just took too much damage, and the burn didn't even matter in the end because they Brave Birded. I'm really surprised by this, honestly, because if I'd gone for Terra Stellar, Terra Blast plus... Okay, there is maybe still a way to win this, if you can believe it. I know it sounds silly, but there actually is genuinely a way to win this. If the last Pokemon is Ursaluna, Porygon 2, because everything left on this team is slower than my Pokemon. It's Incin, P2, Ursaluna, and Amoonguss. If it's Amoonguss, I'm probably hosed here, unfortunately. It's Incineroar. Hang on a second. If the Incineroar is... Wait, hang on a second. Hold on just a second here. I need to get a call right, otherwise they switched. Oh, it's Amoonguss. Huh. That was a really good move. I needed to attack with Superior this turn. I didn't think about that. Although, wait, they protect. No, they went for Make It Rain. Okay. Yeah, they should win this now, unless... There's a lot of damage. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because, okay. I can't believe they didn't Terra, honestly. Superior could have run away with this game. They didn't Terra in front of the Fake Out, and they didn't Terra in front of the Flare Blitz. I'm really, really surprised by all this. Is there any way that I can still win this? Probably not, is my fear. Because I just don't have the health left anymore. Yeah, they Terra'd now. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. I lost game 1, but this is 2 out of 3. And I played really aggressively. So, and I still, like, he made it kind of close. Yeah, okay, that's okay. I wasn't, even if I got the double, I wasn't going to win here. That's okay. Okay, that's all right. We didn't from the speed interaction. Maybe they'll Spore me, which would be good. Nice. Okay, that's good. So we learned a lot here. We learned a ton. Even though I lost this game, I do think that I have a chance to win this, but I now need to win 2 in a row if I'm going to pull this off. I'm pretty sure they're going to switch it up. I think these type of players tend to switch up their leads. Players who play this type of team, I mean. So I expect P2 Incin or P2 Amoonguss here. I'm going to do the same 4 again. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm going to do the same 4 again because I think they're going to switch it up. Okay, they just switched it up. Let me go Incin. That's a clever lead because... Oh, they're faster than me too? Dang, they're fast. Okay. So they're going for Ghost Terra here, most likely, to cover for the Fake Out, which is a good play from them. Yeah. So it's not the worst turn in the world, basically. It could have gone worse. This is probably going to be Fake Out plus Close Combat, if I had to guess. Fake Out into Superior. They didn't Fake Out? Oh, they didn't need to Fake Out because they knew that I wasn't gonna... Okay, that makes sense. That actually does a lot of damage. Knock off my Life Orb as well. Okay, that doesn't really matter, but what a risky play. Okay, no Wide Guard, no Protect. Here's Grass Pledge. So here's my first instance of the Pledge moves. This turns into a combined move, Grass Pledge plus Water Pledge. It'll become a Grass type attack. It will bring Flamigo to Focus Sash, and it sets up the Swamp. So now all of their Pokemon speed is cut to a quarter of what it would be otherwise. If they go for Brave Bird, we're trading here. Here's the Swamp. I have 4 turns now where their Pokemon are extremely slow. It's Close Combat. Nice play. And Incineroar can't Terra or Protect. Hang on a second. Knock off. Okay. I'm actually a little surprised that KO'd because they were -1, but it must have been close. Okay, so this is bad. I have lost one of my main Pokemon here, but it's not the end of the world. I get to go into Blaziken now. The speed advantage is heavily in my favor. Okay, I'm expecting Goldengo or Moongus to switch in here. I need to make sure I make these turns count is the thing. No Wide Guard. Okay, excellent. So here's Flare Blitz. This should KO. Okay, that's the end of Amoonguss. Take some recoil here, but they're not Rocky Helmets, so I'll still have enough health left. There's Hyper Voice. Okay, I'm now up 3-2. I'm able to make this kind of play, by the way, because of the Swamp. Because the Swamp has cut their speed so significantly, it's completely possible for me to do stuff like this. I still have my Terra available, which is important because I have... Okay, it is Goldengo in. So let's think this through. My last Pokemon is Incin. So... I'm in pretty good shape, honestly. I don't have any drops yet, and I have Clear Amulet Blaziken, and I also have a speed boost already. So, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to Hyper Voice and Ghost Terra Close Combat to get the KO on the Incin, because if they go for Shadow Ball or Make It Rain here, they should lose the 1 versus 1 against my Incineroar in the end. This is the advantage of Blaziken, by the way. I actually added it on this, like, specifically because of teams like this, because It's really strong offensively. Here's the fake out. It's a great play by them, honestly. I could have KO'd the Goldango here. I just don't think that Incineroar is surviving this, number one. And I also don't think that Goldango wins a 1 versus 1. Even like what they actually know, because it can't Terra. It has to make it rain this turn if it wants to keep itself in the game. Nasty plot. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. Because they can't Terra anymore. A lot of this comes down to the fact that they can't Terra. If they could, it would be a lot scarier. Okay, Flare Blitz comes out. They do have Protect. They just don't want to use it. Okay, and Blaziken actually takes 3 of the 4 KOs. But it was all thanks to the swamp that Primarina set up is the thing. This is why I thought they would set up Trick Room, because it seems kind of valuable against me, but also I understand why they didn't. So let's think this through, because I've started off both games very behind, like extremely behind, and I don't really want that to happen again, right? So they're going to do one of two things. They're either going to go back to their game 1 lead, I think, of Goldango Flamigo, or they're going to go with a Porygon 2 lead. I can do Blaziken. I think I don't want to lead with Incineroar, because I've led with it both games. I've had to switch it out both games. And the thing is that I'm just on the back foot immediately against Flamigo, which they've led twice. And they have Ghost Terra, they have Goldango, and they have the faster fake out. So I don't think I want to lead with Incin here. So my options are either Primarina Superior. I think I always lead Superior here. Alternatively, Primarina is not bad here either, though I'm going to do Blaziken up front this time. I think it's a little bit risky. I just hope that they don't lead with Porygon 2, basically, is where I'm at. Okay. So I like my lead against this, I think. What's nice about this is that they can't have Goldango, Amoonguss, and Porygon 2 in the back, right? I feel like I've been punished this game for making really aggressive plays. Okay, there's no need to do it, right? Because now I have Speed Boost active, which is a huge deal. They go for close combat. That makes sense. They didn't go for fake out, so my instinct was correct. They're not going to parting shot themselves. It doesn't make any sense. They do parting shot into, presumably, I'm clear Amulet, so that was really risky, honestly. If I just attacked into Flamigo, they would have probably lost the game on the spot, but I don't need to make risky plays here. Okay. So the thing is, Leaf Storm's only 90% accurate, so we are not out of the woods yet. The thing is, though, that if Incineroar wants to parting shot, it has to give me a boost. Okay, I hit. That's a big deal. Here's Leaf Storm. So Flamigo's been a huge thorn on my side this whole match. Getting rid of it while getting a special attack boost is big. Also, denying parting shot or like keeping Incineroar locked on the field here now that I have +2 Superior is a big deal. They parting shot into Blaziken. That's the clear Amulet. It's not going to work. They're stuck on the field. Blaziken gets another boost, and now things are looking kind of scary because now I have +2 Superior and Blaziken's still alive. Here's Porygon 2. Okay. So I have a pin here. They're going to get the special attack boost. However, Porygon 2 cannot protect. And the reason that's important is because, like I said, Terra Stellar Terra Blast is always super effective against terrestrialized Pokemon, no matter the type. And I'm already +2. So what I can do here is go for Terra Stellar Terra Blast at +2 and close combat. I do not know if this will KO. Superior's base special attack is pretty low. However, this is a pin because if they don't Terra, they have to take super effective close combat. And if they do Terra, then they have to take super effective Terra Blast. So we'll have to see. I really do not know if this is going to KO. I'm not doing YouTuber stuff. Like, it's a 100 base power Terra Stellar boosted move, but I don't think it gets the stab boost. I actually don't know how Terra Stellar Terra Blast works. I've never used it before. Here's the Terra. It is Terra Fighting. I used the best move that I had, honestly. I genuinely believe that. I did the best that I could here. Terra Fighting. Is it going to be enough? The alternative here was to just KO the Incineroar. That's maybe what I could have. Like, I could have gone for close combat and Leaf Storm here if I wanted, but I really wanted to get rid of this Porygon 2. We need this to do like 30%, 40%. Oh, God. It might not KO. This is 2 times effective, and I'm +2, and I'm boosted by Terra Stellar. Please KO. Porygon 2 is so tanky. Superior is not very powerful. Is it enough?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so big. That is so big. That's the benefit of Terra Stellar. It hits all terrestrialized Pokemon for super effective damage. Porygon 2 goes down, and add insult to injury, Superior gets another special attack boost. It's now +3. If Incineroar wants to switch out here, doesn't. Here's Flare Blitz. Brings us down to 1 HP on Superior. Do I get burned? If I don't get burned, we're in really good shape.
Bruh.
I just had to say something. I couldn't keep my big mouth shut, could I? It's okay. We're probably still all right here because I have Incineroar in the back and because they've already terrestrialized now. Because they've already terrestrialized, they can't save their Incineroar from close combat. And because I have Incineroar, I have fake out pressure. So if their last Pokemon's Amoonguss, I get to go for fake out close combat, then my fire types win. If it's Ursaluna, I get to go for fake out close combat, and then close combat wins. Let's see what they go into. They go into Ursaluna. Okay. Cool adjustment from them. However, because they've already terrestrialized, Blaziken is just out of control. If they could still terrestrialize, this would be a lot scarier, but because they can't, I can just go for a very safe fake out into Ursaluna, close combat into the Incineroar. That's also not PP maxed. I need to fix that. Fake out, no protect. Incineroar goes down. There was no way around that. They don't have protect. They don't have Terra available. Another speed boost. They also don't have Earthquake. So this game should be over now because with Earthquake, if they were faster than Incineroar, this could be a little scary. But because they don't have Earthquake, they can only KO one Pokemon at a time. So I'll go for, I don't have Flare Blitz, so I'll go for Knockoff. Close combat comes out. Probably not going to be enough. Oh, it is. I always underestimate how strong Blaziken is. All right. So despite a pretty disastrous game one, I feel like I wasn't so warmed up. I was able to turn that around, and it was not an easy matchup. So, I mean, first of all, huh? Second of all, what? Third of all, huh? Okay, the Dragonite's a threat, the Annihilape's a threat, the Charizard's a threat, the Cerulege is a threat, and the Whimsicott is a threat because it has Tailwind. Okay, I think I always bring these three. The question is who's the fourth? Blaziken cannot touch Cerulege, neither can Skeleturge. The thing about Blaziken is it opens up Fire Pledge, Water Pledge, so I think I'm going to do this. Ape Dragonite. Okay, so this could be coaching. It could also be Final Gambit. Yeah, Dragonite's a problem if they have... The Annihilape's genuinely a real threat. I guess what I could have done here is actually... I could have gone for Leaf Storm into the Annihilape here if I wanted. And Protect. Because the Dragonite can't very easily damage... I should have checked if Serperior even lives a Scale Shot and neutral. I'm giving them the attack boost here because I don't think they're going for close combat. Their moves are U-turn, coaching, Final Gambit. Yeah, I'm just trading instant here for... They're offensive, actually. Okay, interesting. Final Gambit doesn't get the KO. So they have what? Wait, 170. Wait, what's 202 minus? Did I miss? Please hit, please hit, please hit. Okay, that's a big deal. I need to break multi-scale. This doesn't look like super effective, obviously, but I do break the multi-scale, which is important. Please miss. Okay, that's fine. Their -1 will still survive. Okay, I was living at neutral too. Let's see, only 4 hits. Doesn't matter anymore. Okay, that's fine. I got 5 as well. Okay, so I've basically lost 2 Pokemon here, which is pretty bad. I get +1 speed. The Dragonite also has Protect. The good news is that my Primarina is pretty well positioned against Dragonite at least, because it only has Scale Shot, Extreme Speed, and Terra Steel. I also don't want to Terra. Cerulege. Okay. Bitter Blade, Close Combat, Poltergeist. Yeah, the issue is this Cerulege. I can't touch it. E-Speed, yeah, okay. The crit ends up mattering a lot there, actually, as you can see here. Hopefully it's just close combat. Okay, it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's certainly not bad either. Oh my god, that's strong. Okay. I go into instant again. I don't really need to protect here. I switched Dragonite out, actually. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have protected. Oh, that was bad. Okay, hang on. Wait, I can still do this. I'm Terra Poison, though, right? So I forgot I was Terra Poison for a second. Okay. Okay, so I could have gone for Hyper Voice, but actually maybe this is slightly more optimal. Fake out Cerulege. Oh, I timed out and I didn't Terra. Wait, that's amazing. Wait, they didn't Terra either. Oh, Blaziken, you're the greatest Pokemon of all time. Oh, how much is it gonna do? How much is it gonna do? How much is it gonna do? Infinite damage. I think I'm actually still losing this, right? Because all my Pokemon are too low. Okay, how much is Blaziken is going to take from Grassy Glide here? That's like the #1 question that the chat has. Oh, it has Extreme Speed too. Is there a way to do this? The burn matters a lot here. This is still really close. I think that if I were more familiar with this team, I could probably find a guaranteed win here. But I'm not more familiar with this team, so I'm not sure I'll be able to. Because Incineroar is very low HP, right? I hate it. There was no... My speed boost. But I got back again, so it's fine. Okay, so I could have won this turn. And again, Grassy Terrain's helping me here. Have they Terra'd already? They have. No, they haven't. Oh, it's Terra Fire Rillaboom. They survived. Oh, no. I messed this up so badly, I fear. Wait, do I even survive this? This is Miracle Seed. I actually think I messed this up incredibly badly. I barely survive. It takes some recoil. Oh god, this is gonna be really close. Have they Terra'd already? Am I forgetting? Cerulege didn't Terra. I actually managed to throw this. That's actually crazy. I had a safe-ish win condition and I didn't find it. Are they going to Terra or are they not going to Terra? They haven't Terra'd yet. They should Terra. I always get these wrong. I'll go for the Terra. Okay. Oh. A little bit too close to for comfort there. Okay. Well, we won. It was extremely scuffed, but we did win. I think this is going to be tough to win a second game in, based on how this game one went. Yeah, I think this is going to be really tough. Okay. Well, we got a win on the board, which is good. How am I going to beat the Scarlet a second time? Hang on. I think I lead the same. I definitely need Incident's matchup. So the question is, would I rather bring Rillaboom here, who isn't necessarily good on paper? Rillaboom gives me a bit more. It gives me a second chance to get the pledges up if Superior goes down. It also gives me a second form of fake out, which is pretty valuable, but it can't. I mean, Blaziken literally cannot touch Scarlet. I'm going to go for second form of fake out because neither Charizard or Whimsicott has Protect. And Drum Beating can potentially cheese me a... Yeah, I'm going to bring Rillaboom because it's better at... I guess Blaziken also provides support in that way. This is going to be so tough. Okay, Annihilate Scarlet. Interesting. No Terra. I mean, they're really open against Primarina. They go for coaching. Okay, this is actually genuinely okay. They get to +1, which is definitely bad. Oh wait, it's not okay because they can go for... it's okay. My Superior impression. Yeah, they go for Poltergeist. Okay, interesting. So I have two options here. Number one, I can go for a second Leaf Storm if I want. Number two, I can go for pledges. So you know what you know what I'm gonna do here? I'm gonna Leaf Storm and Hyper Voice. I'm gonna force them to kill Primarina here. Okay, it didn't work. I should have gone for pledges. If I got pledges up that turn, I was actually so lit. I don't want to KO here. Like, I actually don't. Okay, that's really good. It's really, really good. Yeah, the Annihilate is stuck on the field here. And the Scarlet does not have... it doesn't have priority. And so what this allows me to do basically is I'm stealing speed control here, right? I'm using the Swamp now to do this. What? How strong is that move? What? Anyway, I have speed control now. Poltergeist can miss?
Nope.
It didn't miss. Bad. Okay, that's into Primarina, which is bad. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely bad. However, now they've got Scarlet, okay? Okay. The problem now is the Dragonite, because I did just give up my best Dragonite answer. But it's not so bad, right? The Annihilate switch is okay. Into what? Rillaboom? Yep, here's Rillaboom. That's fine, because now... this is going to be Protect, most likely, which is okay. They didn't Protect! Grassy Terrain's active! This is +4 Sorry. Currently, it's +4. However... I parting shotted myself, which normally you don't want to do. However, because of Contrary, this is now +5 Superior. And I have Fake Out Pressure active, and importantly, the Swamp is still up. And also importantly, they cannot Protect this turn. +5 Superior. Now, this game is not over yet at all, because the last Pokemon's most likely Dragonite, who I do not have good answers for with my double grass. It is Dragonite, okay. So the question is, how many turns of Swamp are left? Sorry, one. 2 turns of Swamp left. Okay, so what I can do here is, so I get to go for Terra Stellar, Terra Blast. I ignore the Dragonite for a turn, and I fake out the Rillaboom. Then they go into Annihilate, but there's still 1 turn of Swamp left. And because there's 1 turn of Swamp left, my Rillaboom outspeeds their Annihilate, which then lets me play a 2 versus 1. And I can use Knockoff to remove the loaded dice, which is basically all of Dragonite's damage output. I fake out to force them to go down this turn. Here's Terra Blast. Okay, this is +5. Gets the KO. +6 Superior. I couldn't go after Dragonite here because it could Protect, and it also has multi-scale, so I couldn't split the targets. Go for Haze, so that's all of my boost removed. However, it's too little too late here. Annihilate comes back in, but the Swamp is still active. So even though I don't have Grassy Terrain, this Annihilate, even though it's Choice Scarf, is actually slower than even my Rillaboom. So I can attack either Pokemon here. I'm going to Terra Stellar, Terra Blaster to get the guaranteed KO. And I'm going to Drum Beating here. This is the power of Superior. If you allow it to get a couple boosts, it becomes really, really threatening. My opponent was smart to take out the Primarina. It was the main threat last game. However, in doing so, they allowed Superior to get just 1 Leaf Storm boost. But with that boost, because they were so focused on Primarina, we were able to get Swamp up and then just run away with the game. We get another boost here. Get the KO on Annihilate. Here's drum beating. I'm doing this for two reasons. One, lowers the speed so that Incineroar should outspeed even after if they get the KO this turn. It also will cancel out any boost from Scale Shot, which is good. Here's 1, 2. I guess we'll find out if I survive for 5. I should survive. Yeah, it did 30, under 30. Yeah. Okay, I survived 5 hits. That's great. Even without yeah, whatever. Still +1 superior. They're -1 defense now and their neutral speed. So I'm just going to keep hitting this thing with Drum Beating and Terra Blast. Swamp is gone, but Swamp more than did its job. We were able to use those Swamp turns to turn this game around. So let's go for Terra Blast and Drum Beating. They're -1 defense now. We're just going to try keeping them at -1 speed, or at least at neutral speed. And if they want to go for a KO, they have to let me drop their speed, or they have to take a +1 Terra Blast, which isn't that strong, but still, it's better than nothing, because eventually the goal is to win this with Incineroar with all their defense drops. +1/+1. There's Drum Beating. Actually adding up. Dragonite, yeah, with the amount of health the Dragonite has left, it's going to be very difficult for it to beat Incineroar in the end. They go for Scale Shot into Rillaboom. It's a good move, in my opinion. 4 times. I had no idea Terra Stellar Terra Blast boost. It doesn't. It drops both your stats. But the reason why Superior can use it is because of the interaction that Contrary has with stat drops. Here's the Terra. I expect this to be Extreme Speed into Superior, although they actually just made themselves more weak to... Oh. Okay. They made themselves more weak to... I think they've given up, honestly. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I want to take the KO with a specific move. I hope I don't get the KO here. Oh yeah, I could Drum Beating my Superior. I never thought about that. Don't KO? Okay, come on. I wanted to KO with Fire Punch and Incineroar, but that's okay. All right. That's the end of Dragonite. And we somehow win against this truly nightmare matchup. Like a Ceruledge that literally was Skeletor, Ceruledge. It was completely into 2, and it very, very matched up well into 3, and it outsped Primarina. Yeah, but the Swamp is so strong. If you get the Swamp, the Swamp is so strong, and Superior is so strong. If it gets boosted, it's just so hard to let it get set up. In order to pull this one off, I am going to need a miracle. Ugh, there's no way to do this. Oh, no, I can do it. Trust. 1, 2, the 4th. They're not going to bring in DD, right? So I don't need to worry about that. You know what? I'll just try this. It's triple fire type. You don't know anything from fire types, right? Oh, this is Sneasler! Oh, Sneasler, my friend! The Sneasler switched out! Who's coming in? Ursaluna! Okay. Tailwind, okay, that's okay, that's alright, it's alright. Ursaluna! Hello! That did a lot of damage. That thing has no bulk. Give me the burn. Burn doesn't matter. I'll save my luck for later. Alright. Okay, switchy. Who's coming in here? Goldango?
Nope.
Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all, baby. Okay. I definitely feel like Chapel Roan. Oh, Blood Moon came out. Okay, I know all the Pokemon. Do I KO here? I don't think I do. I have base 110. I don't KO. I should have hit Ursaluna. I should have hit the other Ursaluna here. Ah, they really played me here. Talon Flame, okay. Yeah, I actually, this was a bad play. They're tearing to Electric, which is, I guess, okay. They're +1 now. The threatening thing is a stupid thing. Yeah, I'm in a lot of danger here because I tear it to Grass. Because I don't have a good answer to Sneasler on this team. It's not impossible, it's just like really difficult. I mean, either way, it's okay. It's just kind of bad in both cases. God, that's strong. What on earth? Problem. Yeah, I can't really beat this Talon Flame very easily. I think I might be able to do it with a Reed here. I'm calling out our Calon on Protect here. I was wrong. Oh, wow. I had so many better options than what I did. Interesting. I could have just switched, actually. I overthought this one, it seems. People fine. The issue is the Sneasler, basically. Well, the issue is the second Tailwind. Yeah, this is looking kind of doomered, honestly. But I was so close is the thing. Okay, I'm +2. I think this is the wrong play. I think what I should have done here is... What are they doing? They have covert cloaks. I'm a little surprised with this. I'm going to KO Ursaluna here, actually. If they protect our Scarlet on this turn, I might be okay. Okay, I'm definitely not okay. Sorry. In no circumstance am I okay. Electro Shot. Interesting. Do you think my Skeletor tanks Sneasler here? No. No, doesn't. The Sneasler. Okay. Sneasler comes in. Is it Unburden or is it it's Unburden, right? It's Team Sheet Error! Team Sheet Error! I don't know what ability is. It actually matters. I don't know what ability is. That actually changes my play. Hang on. Okay, well, I guess what I do is protect. Oh, they CC'd? Hang on, let me finish this game and then I'll report an issue. Does this KO? Wait, hang on. Wait, I might win this the old-fashioned way. Because, here's the thing. Skeletor's ability is Unburden. And Unburden ignores all changes to the opponent's stats. Now, the bad news is that that does mean that I actually am affected by... Like, my Intimidate doesn't do anything, right? However, I won! I won this! Because I still have Instant Alive. Huh? Wait, how? I was losing this whole game. How did I win? Part of the reason is because I'm ignoring all their stat changes. So all the special attack boost that the Archaludon has is as if it has +0 and -0, unfortunately, for this Talonflame. Alrighty. Unaware, sorry. The Sneasler's Unburden. Okay, that means that if I'm not trying to wait for the judge, then I need to find another way of winning this. So now it is Pressure Sneasler, which is, I guess, better for me. Well, I mean, it's definitely better. So the Talonflame's a problem, obviously. And they're not going to bring... I could force the Terra, right? Oh, right. The reason I want Skeletor is because it's my only answer to Sneasler. I need Skeletors, right? What about Rillaboom? Do I need Rillaboom? It's so good here. I'm going to leave Blaziken behind. I don't know what to do. Travis, Blaziken. No defensive switches is what this means. Fine. I'll just Terra Skeletor. And then I won't have a Sneasler answer. Did I leave Rillaboom behind? I left Rillaboom behind, didn't I? I'm pretty sure that I left Rillaboom behind this game, which is the Pokemon I need the most. They're indeed faster. They're gonna be slower. Saluna. They're fast. Okay, here's Terra normal. All right, Incineroar, please be faster. I should have made it faster. I should have made Incineroar faster. I knew I should have made Incineroar faster. Big time, maybe. Yep, here's Helping Hand. It's gonna be Helping Hand Hyper Voice. Maybe I'll survive. Instant, please move first.
Oh no.
Oh. Cat. It's aced. If I was faster, I actually would have had I had the call right. I just didn't execute properly. Barely not enough. Okay. Can I still win this? Probably not, right? I don't even know if this KOs, honestly. Basically, I'm trying to use the speed of Blaziken to skip the fact that their NDD's faster than my Primarina. Okay, hang on. I'm back in this. I have the rainbow! I'm rainbowed out of my mind, baby! It's a rainbow! I've never seen this animation. Okay, I called the protect correctly, which is really big. Now, of course, the rainbow doesn't help me even a little bit, if I can be honest with everybody. However, Blaziken now has a speed boost, which is really important because this Talonflame, if it wants to Tailwind up, it's Arc. Okay. Interesting. I should have Hyper Voiced here. Oh, okay, this is a better play. Never mind. I assume that because they can't Terra, I survive a hit. This might be winnable, honestly, because I got the rainbow up. Oh, wait, I have double odds of Moonblast special attack drop. So even if they survive... Okay, that's the end of... I did this because this is the only move I have with no drawback. Ursaluna is down, so in a worst case, it's a 2 versus 2. And the last Pokemon can't be Talonflame and Sneasler. If it's Goldengo... Okay, you're gonna like the shot. If it's Goldengo now... If it KOs Blaziken, I don't think it will, though. This is non-stab. Blaziken doesn't have good bulk, but it's not the worst bulk of all time. It's into Blaziken, so I Terra'd for no reason. No! No! Seriously? That kills? Okay, Primarina, you're gonna get the KO here, right? Moonblast!
Oh yeah!
Okay, it all comes down to what their last Pokemon is. If it's Goldango, I thought I was winning. Now I think I'm losing. If it's Sneasler, I win. If it's Talonflame, I win. It just depends on if it's Goldango. Surely they didn't bring Goldango here, right? Like, I brought 3 fire types. Surely they didn't bring Goldango, right? Sneasler! There's no way. I was gonna say there's no way for Sneasler to beat these two, but there is a way. Okay, they're going for sleep. They don't get it. Torch Song comes out. Doesn't do very much, but doesn't need to. Here's Moonblast. Life Orb Primarina picks up the KO. I don't really know how, but we won via the power of the rainbow. Incineroar. How good is Incineroar here? Like, okay, it's really good versus Magmar. It's not great versus Kingambit. It's not terrible, though. I think I lead with these two, and I always bring Skeleturge in the back, right? Because I need something for Sneasler, which means my last Pokemon has to either be Incin or Blaziken, I think. Blaziken is better versus Ninetales. I'm gonna do Blaziken. This makes me... What's the Sneasler ability? It's Poison Touch, so I can bring it down to Sash without too much worry. I need to get the Swamp up. I think the only chance I have at this game is Swamp time. Okay, Magmar Basculegion is the lead. That's okay. Oh, Magmar's Heat Wave, Clear Smog follow me. Okay, I made the right play here. They flipped. Okay, great play by me. That's huge damage. Yeah, I had a feeling it was gonna be something like this. That's a lot of damage. Follow me. Oh, whoa. Wait, this is good. Flip turn, maybe. Okay, I lose my Sash, which is bad. But I get the Swamp Up, which is really, really, really good. Rillaboom. Oh, they just gave me the boost. They gave me the boost, baby. Okay, so this is a grass type move, and it's also being boosted by the grassy terrain, and it's being boosted by the Life Orb, and it's being boosted by same type attack bonus for some reason. It's not going to KO, but for a grass type attack to do that much to Magmar of all things, pretty impressive, right? So we know 3 of the 4 Pokemon here. I only have 3 more turns of pledges left, but I can still do something with that because the Basculegion single target, so I should try to maintain my Pokemon lead. What's the last mon? Sneasler or Alola Ninetales or Kingambit? It's probably not Kingambit, I think, based on how they played this thus far. Heat Wave comes out. Yeah, it's probably Heat Wave and Woodhammer, right? Nice miss. Doesn't really matter. Air Horsepower into Primarina. They predicted the Terra. I am using my Terra a bit early here, but I don't think I need it on Blaziken here. Or Skeleturge. Like, Skeleturge, you might need help versus Basculegion, but yeah. What we really want to see here is What do we want to see here? Magmar doesn't really have anything to do, so I guess it's going to either protect or follow me. Okay, good play. Yeah, I went for... My speed order's wrong here, unfortunately. Not wrong. I mean, I did what I did on purpose, but I could have gotten a +1 here, but I thought that the opportunity to burn the Rillaboom was more valuable. I get the KO, though, which is really important. Because I need to take KOs to force them into either Sneasler or, more importantly, Basculegion. Nice read. Oh, they didn't read. Okay, that doesn't even do that much. I'm okay, honestly. They're gonna, if their last Pokemon is Sneasler, their answers to Skeleturge are dwindling. Like, they only have Basculegion. And actually, even if it's Ninetales, their answers to Skeleturge are really kind of falling off here. So they really don't have much for my Skeleturge here, honestly. Yeah, good play. They're probably going for Fake Out this turn. Yeah, good play. I didn't quite think this through. Maybe they'll miss High Horsepower Copium. Yeah, this is now a big problem, actually. I didn't think this through properly. Yeah, really good play by them. I actually just messed this up big ways. If I'd burned the Sneasler here, I would have been in much better shape, because now this High Horsepower Rillaboom is a problem. 132 down to 34, so it did about 100 damage, right? Okay, I can take another one. Not a double up. Okay. Sleep would be bad here. That's okay. They're probably going to double it, right? Yeah, they are. I should survive. I was wrong. Okay, if I get parried here, it's actually quite bad. Okay, that's big. It's a really important chip. Because my last Pokemon is Blaziken. This could backfire. Like, the better play here is to protect both Pokemon. Yeah, but if they switch, I need to not protect this turn, basically, if they switch out, which is what they did. Because I need to be able to get Blaziken's 2-speed boost before it comes in. So I make the read, I get it right. Post combat comes out. This is not over yet because of the para. Let's see if Hyper Voice connects, then we win. But I could get parried here as well, which would be quite bad. Hyper Voice comes out. This should KO. The Life Orb and single target. Okay, we get the KO. Nice. And now this is over. Terra Poison and Primarina putting in a lot of work here, keeping it alive against these powerful Pokemon. The Swamp was really good, and the turn one went really well. Fake out. Like, I don't think they can do it. Their only options here are... Oh, it's Poison Touch. Yeah, I didn't want to, like, fake out into Poison Touch into... You know what I mean? This also might make it look like I'm slower than I am. Like, maybe I'm not confident that I outspeed at +1. Actually, now that I say that, do I outspeed at +1? I didn't actually check. Oh, yeah. FO. We won game 1, but this is a tough matchup, and the early turns went really well for us, and it was still kind of close. I hate Sneasler. I'm gonna do the same ones again. Gambit Sneasler. Okay, that's not ideal. Is it now? Okay, fake out here. This is probably Swords Dance. Hit Leaf Storm, which is really important. Swords Dance is fine. So it's not ideal, obviously. However, what you have to keep in mind is that I ignore all attack boost with Skeleturge. I think Magmar might come in here, basically, is what I'm thinking. In which case I want another attack boost. Oh, interesting. Into my Skeleturge. 1 HP? They have Poison Touch. So the odds of me dying here are pretty high. Okay. I mean, I'm not dead. It's not the end of the world. Let's see if I hit Will-O-Wisp. That's the important thing here. But missing Leaf Storm is actually pretty massive, unfortunately. This is the more important one, honestly. Okay, let's see the Superior. This is going to be problem versus the Basculegion later, I think. However, it's not the end of the world. It's kind of bad. It's kind of... The Basculegion is going to be a problem now, I fear. Kowtow. Oh, it's faster. Oh, that's a problem. I didn't realize it was faster. Ow. The heck? I was wondering if I should just Grass Terra preemptively. I'm +1. Okay, cool. That's my Skeleturge impression. What I'm afraid of here is Swords Dance, I think. Yeah, I think they were doubling this slot. I think. Okay, Kowtow, yep. Sense. I need to make sure that my health is high, though. Interesting. Into Blaziken. Oh, that did a lot, actually. Was not sure it was going to do that much. Okay, yeah, that's going to make my life a bit more difficult, I think. And the King Gambit's also faster than my Primarina, most likely, because this thing is clearly very fast. I also might be in range of another attack. So I'm down, or it's 3-3, but because my Blaziken took so much damage there, I think that actually the advantage is to them, especially because this Basculegion is kind of looking like a nightmare. Magmar. Always Magmar, isn't it? I think if the last Pokemon is Primarina, I'm kind of screwed here, honestly. Wait, are we speed time? Didn't they Kowtow Cleave before I attacked before? I thought they Kowtow Cleave before I attacked. Jesus, okay. They didn't protect. You go for Sucker Punch into Primarina. They're probably going for Clear Smog here, right? Yeah, into Preem. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it could be worse. It depends on if the last Pokemon is Magmar, or is Rillaboom or Basculegion. Because if it's Basculegion, I'm just in a lot of trouble. Now to 3 boost. They're on 1 life here. Please survive. If Primarina survives here. Okay. I need Water Pledge to KO. If Water Pledge doesn't KO, I should have Torch Songed the other mon here. I wanted, yeah, I didn't fully think this through, I guess. It's Life Orb. Oh, wait. Hyper Voice also would have been stronger. This play is wrong for like multiple reasons, unfortunately. Here's Water Pledge. Okay, I got the KO. Hang on a second. It's 3 versus 1. But I might genuinely still lose this. Ah, that's not good. That is not good for me. Skeleturge is really tanky, so there's a chance that I survive a Last Respects. There's also a chance they attack wrong here, and even if both happen, I might KO with Moonblast plus Flare Blitz. If I'm like, Blaziken might be faster after a speed boost. So here's Last Respects. It's into Skeleturge. They crit me. I was gonna survive. Okay. Okay. Life Orb's gonna take me out is the problem. Oh boy, special attack drop. Very daring. Okay, it just comes down to who's faster then. So here's the thing. Blaziken can be faster. It depends on if they are plus attack or plus speed. Now, the reason I made this play is because if they are plus speed, then Skeleturge always survives. If they're plus attack, Skeleturge probably survives anyway. And so my thought process was either Skeleturge will survive, in which case I'll win, or they'll be plus attack and I'll get the low roll and die, in which case Blaziken will win. That was my thought process. The problem is because of the critical hit,
my perfect plan had one tiny little issue. Now, for this kind of team, it normally makes sense to be plus attack, not plus speed, but I don't know for sure. Come on, Blaziken! Let's go. Plus attack. Alrighty. Okay. Wow. That was a close one. I do not know how we turned this one around. Honestly, that was really close. Woo. Okay. What are my options here? Let's think this through. The rain is a problem, obviously. So on my side, I can beat our Caledon in one of two ways with the fire types, right? I can either do it with Scarlet Urge or I can do it with Blaziken. I could leave Instant. Instant is mostly good because it denies the special attack boost, right? I didn't figure it out in time. I think I need to commit to one of these two, not both, right? Play game one. It's looking tough, folks. They can't lead Porygon 2 into this. Well, not well. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. So, I mean... So the Pelipper is Sash, Stellar Terra. Okay. Well, that's not great. Instant. Okay, hang on. Depends who they target here, in my opinion. Because if Superior really gets going, I guess I should have Wood Hammered here instead. Rather than Drum Beating. Okay, it doesn't do very much, does it? Oh, actually, I have an idea. Although it might backfire, right? This is Electro Shot. Speed drop, nice. Electro Shot. This is probably into Superior, unfortunately. The thing is that I can actually pin them if I want. If I get this next turn correct, that is. Incineroar is Will-O-Wisp. It doesn't have Flare Blitz, actually. Into Superior, so it's not going to do that much, but it doesn't do zero, as you can see. The thing is, I'm probably not in knockoff range yet, which is good. Okay, I don't think stream sniping. It wouldn't need to wait longer. Okay, so here, I need them to go for Fake Out. I need Blaziken to survive this turn, or Parting Shot. Just not Electro Shot into this slot. Draco. Okay, into the Protect. Okay, it's fine. Will-O-Wisp and Parting Shot both don't work here. Knockoff works. That's fine. That's okay. It's all right. I mean, that sucks. It's really bad, but it's okay. I've got my offensive positioning. I need to get rid of this Arcalodon. Also, they revealed 3 of their 4 Pokemon. They switch. Oh, man. I didn't think about that. Porygon 2? Wait, I know all 4 of their Pokemon. And now they're not boosted anymore. I mean, Porygon 2 is boosted, but Porygon 2 is going bye-bye. So, I don't think I died a knockoff here. There's no way I died a knockoff, right? There's no way. I have 100 HP left. Yeah, no way. Actually, no way. I might even survive a crit, honestly. Not that I want to tempt fate. Okay, so I've used Terra Stellar Terra Blast, which means that now my Terra Blast is no longer getting the Stellar boost. However, this move is so weak. It's fine though. Well, kind of. It's kind of fine. CC. Okay, I got Porygon 2. Good to know how little Terra Stellar Terra Blast does. So we've gotten a KO here, which is good. This is probably Parting Shot, right? But the thing about Parting Shot is that it's knockoff and Disturb. Hang on. Why did I have to tempt fate? Why did I have to tempt fate? What am I doing? Blaziken's still at neutral though, or at they haven't even terra'd yet, right? Okay. Or even better, it will trade 1 for 2, 1 for 1.5. So here's another Terra Blast. This is +3, so it should bring it down to Sash, I think. They still have Terra available, though. They're down to Sash. Let's see if they go for an attack or if they go for Tailwind. Tailwind, okay. Last turn of Rain, 4 turns of Tailwind. I'm +2 Blaziken. The question is, how fast is this Arcalodon, right? I want to stall out this Tailwind somehow if possible. You know, there was a better play here. I could have attacked the Superior here to let it go down. They are slower than me, okay. Electro Shock +1, okay. So they're now at... Hang on, let's think about this. This is... I think I messed up. I had safer moves. Doesn't do enough damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fire Pledge and Grass Pledge is a fire type attack. Here's Fire Pledge. Blaziken with 3 Spoon Boosts is the fastest Pokemon on the field. Here's +4 boosted. Terra Stellar boosted. Grass Pledge. You can see the little fire coming out. The Burning Field is up. And plus Assault Vest Arcalodon goes down in a single hit. And the Sea of Fire enveloped the opponent's team. Look at that. You wouldn't think that Superior was a counter to Arcalodon, but it turns out with the Sea of Fire allowing it to use a fire type move that it normally cannot use, it's able to pick up the KO. And even though Pelipper's still alive, not for long, the Sea of Fire finishes it off. Pelipper was hurt by the Sea of Fire, and Superior, with some help from Blaziken,
able to KO or Caledon, a Pokemon that it really has no business beating. I totally forgot that Grass plus Fire made fire. I was like, oh, it's like quadruple resisted. It's not going to do any damage. I mean, okay, so there's a couple things they could do. They could go with our Caledon again. They could also go with P2 stuff. P2. I think I want to bring the same Pokemon in the same order again. Like, Skeletor is good here, but it's not very good versus Amoonguss or Ursaluna, whereas Blaziken is, like, if it's faster than them, it could beat them. It's also not good versus Pelipper, so my plan would have to be to get rid of Pelipper first. Pelipper or Caledon again. All right. Last time I doubled Pelipper, but they switched. The question is, what should I do this time? I kind of want to do the same thing again, but it's very risky. Okay. I could have gone Fake Out Leaf Storm. If I'd done that, I would have been in really good shape. Among Us. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good switch. Doesn't do anything, does it? It's not the end of the world, though, actually. This is okay. Owie. Electric Shot again. It's definitely not ideal, but it's certainly not the end of the world. Into Rillaboom? Okay. Still full HP. Lit. I gotta get to +6. We're going +6 or bust, baby. Let's see what this is. This might be another Electric Shot. Draco into Superior, okay. This is probably Spore if I had to guess. Amoonguss has Protect, so I gotta watch out for that. Spore into Instant. This is the advantage of safety goggles. Just Fake Out. I'm gonna give them a couple stamina boosts, but at this point my plan is to beat them with Superior. Leaf Storm. It doesn't do 0 damage. Honestly. +2 defense. This is Pollen Puff now. Into our Caledon, okay. Interesting. So Superior is still at full HP, which is a big deal. We're betting everything here on Superior. Here's another Electro Shot. It's going up to +2, that's fine. We're not even worried about our Caledon special attack stat, honestly. What we're worried about here... Into Instant. Nice play. Okay, they called it correctly. If I survive, it's really important to maintain my pieces here. Another Parting Shot coming out here. Into Among Us. Grassy Terrain will end eventually, and then we're going to be in some trouble. We're not going to be in trouble. We got to watch out for it. Here's Pollen Puff. This is the advantage of Parting Shotting Amoonguss and take a little less damage. And actually, without Pollen Puff there, I might have gone down to another one. They do need to break my thing at some point. There's Fake Out. If we miss Leaf Storm, it's going to be disastrous. We do basically no damage. This is way better for them than it is for us with the defense boost. However, do we connect the third Leaf Storm? This is very important. We do. It does a little bit of damage. It's about 30%. See if they Pollen Puff themselves or if they try to break the thing. They need to Pollen Puff themselves or else... Yeah, they Pollen Puff themselves. Great play. So the thing is, now it's a roll, whether or not they're in range. I'm +6 Superior. I just need to smack this Caledon at least once, at least twice with Parablast. Because once our Caledon goes down, this -1 Amoonguss is not going to be well positioned to clean up the rest of the game. The problem, though, is I do need to beat this Pelipper at some point as well. Yeah, good switch. They called me out. Instant. Oh, we don't know who's faster between the two of us, do we? And I just protected. We don't know who's faster. Oh, maybe look at the KO this turn. That would be good. Okay, Draco again. Is Terra Stellar or Terra Blast going to pick up the KO? That's like the big question that everybody wants to know. I just protected, so I have to go for this here. I need to take out the Caledon here and just hope that it's enough. Okay, let's see who Fake Outs first. It's me. Does that mean they're not going for Fake Out? Are they going for Knockoff or are they going for Fake Out? Little Chip. They do Fake Out, so I could have gone after the other Mon here if I wanted. I'm going to be... that's 2 HP. That's 1 HP away. It did 1 HP more than I needed it to. I'm taking a risk here. I've played so defensively all game. I'm going to step on the gas. I'm going to try and get rid of this Caledon. This was a mistake. I had a safe play. I just ran out of time to thinking it through. Maybe this is KO.
Oh, no.
Fortunate. I needed this thing with a drum beating at some point, but I didn't have the chance. Attack. Unfortunate. Okay, I lose Superior. I trade Superior for a Caledon. This was a mistake. I had a safer play. I could have gone for a switch out here with Parting Shot, but I got in my head about it. Now, all of a sudden, I think I'm actually in pretty big danger here because Pelipper's still alive. That being said, this is not over. It's just looking kind of tricky now. They still have their Terra available. I should not have given up Superior, though. I had the positioning that I needed. Parting Shot comes out as well. That's not good. It's Amoonguss, Instant, and Pelipper against Rillaboom, Instant, and Blaziken, but I've taken a lot of damage here. There's Pelipper again. So the thing is, Instant and Incineroar and Amoonguss, they can't really do anything to Blaziken. So here's Rillaboom. Instant comes back out. Now it's -2 on my instant. It's Terrastellar Pelipper. Okay. Okay, instant switches. Okay. Mungus comes out. Protect from Pelipper. All right. So what's going on here? What's all this then? This is the second turn of rain. If Pelipper goes down, I win the game. What I wanted to do here was double the Pelippers. They're probably just rage powdering, right? Yeah. I think I locked into fake out here, unfortunately. They played well. I made a mistake. I timed out. See if it's rage powder. Okay. Yeah, if I'd gone for Woodhammer into the Pelipper here or Drum Beating, I might have been okay. I wanted to switch into Instant and take the Hurricane. Nothing. Just way less than I thought with the burn. Okay. It doesn't matter. I've lost now. Yeah, they played well. I made a big mistake with Superior. Yeah. Dang. Yeah. They played really well. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have let Superior go down. This is the I have a weakness in long drawn out games because this happens, where I just like kind of like get reckless and run out of steam. Is it still possible to win? Not with just my fire types, right? Because if I'd gotten some damage on if I'd brought the Pelipper to stash, I was trying to figure out if I should Drum Beating it to let instant out speed, basically. I hit it with knockoff, but I think I got worried about the score potential. Combated, I guess. Yeah, GG. Okay, I lost this one. I messed up. I needed to keep Superior alive. I think they're going to bring the same Pokemon again. Yeah. So, I mean, this, unlike last game, I'm actually threatening a KO on the Arcalodon this time, because I can go for Terra Blast plus Close Combat. Okay, this should be a Mungus. Yep. They could protect Pelipper here. That would be a good option. No, okay. So Storm comes out. How much is this going to do? That's a lot of damage. Pelipper loses a ton of its health here. Here's Close Combat. Coming out from Blaziken into the Pelipper. Doubling into it. Pelipper goes down. That's a huge deal. That was one of my opponent's best answers to my Rillaboom and my Incineroar, who are now both going to be kind of difficult to get rid of. And Superior's boosted and didn't take any damage this time. Blaziken's also now speed boosted, which means the Burning Field is online. So the question is, against a Mungus, how much is Fire plus Grass Pledge going to do in the rain? Oh, good switch. Okay, I got a little greedy here. Instant comes in. Okay, I probably could have done something better here. Instead, I set up the Burning Field, which is, I think, good. Okay, Burning Field is active. I'm +2. I tried to KO the Amoonguss. I am threatening Close Combat now, though, right? Fire Pledge comes out. It's now a Fire-type move, so it's not going to do very much damage to the Incineroar. However, this is not going to do very much, unfortunately. However, the good news is that this actually doesn't do 0, and I've set up the Burning Field now. Oh, wait, I'm -1 defense. Hold on, or a special defense. Hang on a second. I might have made a mistake here. Yeah, wait, that's probably the end of my... Oh, I actually messed up, didn't I? If they KO Blaziken here, it's actually not so good for me. Oh, I forgot about the special defense drop. That's my fault. Yeah, I actually forgot about Close Combat turn 1, so I should have just gone after this thing here. Okay, Sea of Fire goes off. Some damage on the Arcalodon. I think I just try to rip down this Arcalodon, honestly. The Instant hasn't Terra'd yet, so I gotta watch out for that. This is really close. It depends on Superior. I bet everything on Superior here. I want the Sea of Fire to continue chipping down my opponent. They switch Incineroar out. Okay. That's actually good for me, I think, because switch Amoonguss in. Okay, Superior at +2 versus Arcalodon with no item. Draco into, okay, Draco into Serp. It's fine. Here's Knockoff. It's not going to do that much damage. Does a lot, actually. That might be in range now of Terrastellar, Terra Blast. Sea of Fire again. Okay. Yeah, that's under half health. I think that's in range because it doesn't have an item anymore. I'll play the animation twice. Okay. Hey, here it comes. Here's +2 Terrastellar, Terra Blast versus no item Arcalodon. How much is it going to do? It's enough. That's the end of Arcalodon. Superior is now +3. This Instant doesn't have a fire move. The Sea of Fire is still active. Amoonguss doesn't have an item anymore. A good amount of damage on Amoonguss. It's doing a lot, actually. Pollen Puff, it fails because the Arcalodon didn't survive since it didn't have an Assault Vest. Sea of Fire again. One more turn. It's doing a lot of chip damage over time. It was necessary to get rid of the Arcalodon, I think. +3. +4, I think. I'm going to Parting Shot the Instant. I don't want to protect and give them a free turn. Here's Terra Blast, +3. Is it going to do enough? It does. Amoonguss goes down. Superior, with all the support that has been given, boosting its special attack while taking KOs. Here's Parting Shot. Incineroar's attack falls. It only has knockoff. My Incineroar gets to get out of its Intimidate drop. Bring in Rillaboom, the final Pokemon here. Sea of Fire doing a lot of damage even when it's raining. Grassy Terrain gets set up, providing healing and increasing the damage of Superior's Grass-type moves. Incineroar goes for a knockoff into Superior. A -1 and only does about 50 damage. And down 3 against 1. I don't think that Incineroar is going to be able to turn this around. Sea of Fire goes away. Okay. That's fine. I mean, it's Ghost Terror, right? I actually don't think I've used a Grass move yet, so I still have the Stellar boost on Leaf Storm. This Fake Out doesn't work because they Terra'd. Here's Leaf Storm. Grassy Terrain boosted. Terra Stellar boosted. +2 boosted. Superior. KOs Incineroar. And with 5 wins and 0 losses, I'm advancing to top cut, which is kind of crazy. GG's. One is I can try and Superior my way through, but they're so tanky. And also, I don't really need the speed of Superior here because like they're so slow. Okay, I think what I'm going to do here is just the thing that looks the most straightforward to me. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. P2 Dragonite. Okay. Interesting. This gives an attack boost, which is good. Okay. Who's coming in here? Oh, if it's King Gambit. Oh, it's Rillaboom. It's fine. I mean, dropping its speed isn't good, but whatever. His drum beatings are lower the speed. Does it have high horsepower? It does. Gotta watch out for that. I actually did a decent chunk. Let's see what they go for here. It's Moonblast. It's a lot of damage. Terra Blast. Okay. Interesting. So they really want to get rid of Primarina, obviously. Okay. This might KO. This does KO. That's one of the main threats out of the way already, right? So I'm not too pissed about it. What do they go for? It could be Trick Room. It could also be not Trick Room. Just Ice Beam. Okay, that's all right. A lot of damage. Wait, why does it do that much damage? Hello? Pause Champ? Incineroar. Oh. Here's Terra. This might be fighting P2. I can't imagine it's Ghost Instant, so it must be fighting P2. Okay. I mean, that's okay, right? Okay. So what are they doing here? This thing's -1 now. So, I mean, I just bring in Primarina, right? Because this thing, I can just Moonblast now. Bring in Primarina. I just need to protect Primarina. If they Parting Shot instant... Oh, also, their instant slower than mine. That's good to know. Parting Shot, but I got them with Clamulet. Sorry, bud. Air Blast. This is -1 in fighting type, though. Depreme. Oh, what a turn! What an incredible turn from Wolf Click. It only takes 18 damage. Post combat should be the end of instant. Oh, I Gavolt. Keep in mind, the instant this Porygon 2 goes down, if I still have Primarina, they can't win because Dragonite's only attacking move is Scale Shot. Here's Moonblast. Super effective Life Orb boosted. Tons of damage to Porygon 2. Takes a little recoil. All right. Here's Ice Beam. They're going to freeze. It's their actual best move to hit me. Doesn't freeze. And here, folks, we have a guaranteed win here. Guaranteed win. Folks, we have a guaranteed win. Because I think Flare Blitz or Close Combat would KO Porygon 2 from this range, but I'm not 100% positive, right? Oh, wait, I'm just faster than them. So I was going to say... They could go for... I could Flare Blitz, they could survive. They could go for Ice Beam and freeze me. It doesn't really matter. But just to be safe, let's just take the KO on Porygon here with Fire Pledge, Water Pledge, allowing Blaziken to use... Primarina to use Blaziken Speed Stat, picking up the KO with my strongest Pokemon here. They forfeit. Game is over. Primarina takes it. Wow. It's a good game one. Let's see here. Dragonite Rillaboom. Okay, interesting. Interesting, baby. Okay, so I probably could have just gone for like Flare Blitz if I wanted to take the Rillaboom, but I thought this was safer. Yeah, I had the right instinct, honestly. Okay, yeah, I had the right instinct, which is okay. It just happens sometimes, right? It's Rillaboom switches, so it's either instant, which just gives me a free Primarina switch. It's instant, that's fine. This is like, the thing is they're not gaining any ground, right? So I don't lose anything here. I Fake Out, I break the multi-scale, which is a huge deal, frankly. Dragonite flinches. Flare Blitz to instant, does decent damage, honestly. So they revealed 3 of their 4 Pokemon, right? Which is already a big deal.
They're instant slower than +1 Blaziken, and like their instant and Tailwind is slower than my +1 Blaziken. Okay, they're staying in with instant. They're -1 on Dragonite. -1 attack. Okay. Interesting. That means their Dragonite is now super food, right? But why would they Ghost Terra here? Oh, were they worried about close combat? Yeah, so they are slower. So I mean, the good news is that I think this means that I survive. Haze. Okay. So they got rid of my speed boost and their attack drop. So good for them. Good for them. A parting shot into Blaziken though. Yeah, unfortunate. That's not going to fly here. Hey, no switches is great. Scale shot. That's all right. Knock off. Okay. So they really want Blaziken gone. I think I'm trading here. Blaziken for Cream. There's a lot of damage. That thing's in Hyper Voice range now. It's going to be the end of Blaziken unless they miss or if they Tailwind. They Tailwind actually. Okay, so they might survive then. Yeah, because of the parting shot drop. Although honestly, Premier is so strong that I also might get the KO. But overall, I think this is a good trade for me because I mean I have multiple speed boosts, right? I have multiple speed boosts. And I get the Moonblast on the Dragonite here. Like, I do need to worry about Tailwind still, but the thing is that, like, I have such good... Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, okay, that's fine. Let's see how much Moonblast does here. It's Life Orb. Just barely doesn't get the KO. Special attack drops. Doesn't really matter. Grass is gone. How many speed boosts am I up to? Who knows? So, I mean, I know what I want. So, the safe play here is to go for Water Pledge and Flare Blitz into Dragonite, right? Because I'll survive a Blood Moon. Do I KO or Saluna here? Yeah, definitely. That's the safe play. It's not the cool play, but it is the safe play. Should I go for it? Should I go for the safe play or the cool play? Also, I'll risk the whole game on a cool play. Whatever. Please die, please die, please die, please die, please die, please die. Primarina. The pledges have combined. It's Rainbow time. Does this KO?
Oh, yeah.
What Tailwind? What are you talking? Wait, there's Tailwind? Yay! It's Rainbow time. Whee! Now I'm more likely to burn. My special attack drop is gone. Oh my god. You know what I mean? Oh, they stayed in. I thought there was a chance that might bring an Intimidate user here, or like Incineroar here. But since I still have my Terra available, I'm like, yeah, I was okay, I think. If they Haze again this turn, probably still okay. Right? I just need to get through the Tailwind and then I win. I probably am playing a little bit too safe. Grassy Glide. Oh, are they doubling? That would make sense to me. Scale Shot. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Now... Okay, GG. That's so funny. This looks kind of difficult. No? I could use Superior stuff if I wanted. This gives Porygon 2 a special attack boost, but maybe that's okay. Is Primarina good here? It's kind of good. I feel like I need something for the stupid Sneasler, though. Vivian Incineroar is the lead. Okay, so that's actually, all things considered, pretty good, right? Vivian is Tailwind, though. That is worth noting. It also doesn't have... Whoa. What's going on? There's a new animation. Oh, wait, they have Sleep Powder. Wait, this was not smart. I had, like, multiple good moves, and I didn't make any of them. Did I give up my stash here? Wait, this was so dumb. I'm goated. Wait, unless they Sleep Powder me, in which case I'm not goated. Hey, Superior Leaf Storm. This means I don't have access to Terra Stellar, Terra Blast anymore. This should be Tailwind, right? Okay. Wait, does Fire Pledge even KO? I assumed it would. Does it not? Fire Pledge. Okay, well, I mean, I got the turn 1 perfect, but they got Tailwind up in exchange. I got a speed boost. It's AV Incin. Who comes in now? Is it going to be Goldanjo? Sneasler. They have Sneasler? Oh, God. Okay, they didn't switch. That was the thing I was worried about. Throat. Huh? They have Throat Chop? What? Huh? What? Huh? Do I die to that? It's Terra Dark. U-turn. Huh? Wait, do I die to Throat Chop here? Blaziken, Terra Ghost. They don't even die to Throat Chop. They need Dark Terra if they want to KO me. I think it might have been better to switch. Huh? Superior survives. Hold on. Do I get statused? Okay, it sucks, but that's okay. I think I might have made a mistake here. So like KO Sneasler, but if they go for knockoff, the problem is if they knock me off, then I actually don't have good answers through this instant anymore. Oh, they U-turned. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I don't get the Leaf Storm off, but I was never getting the Leaf Storm off anyway, so this is actually okay. Okay, Ursaluna. They haven't Terra'd yet either, right? Is Tailwind over? I wasn't even paying attention. The problem is I have 3 fire types left, right? Like I actually only have 3 fire types left, and their Ursaluna's Terra Poison. It's Terra Poison. Well, even if it's not over. The Skeletor actually is not useful anymore. If I had either other Pokemon, I'd be fine. Yeah, Skeletor's just kind of worthless here, honestly. They Terra. Okay, I was trying to bait this. It's got to be Terra Poison or Ursaluna, I think. Physical Protect. They Headlong Rush me actually for big damage. That's actually ideal. I know it sounds silly, but that's the best case scenario. Also, their Ursaluna's faster than their Incineroar, because now I get the free switch out. I assume that I KO instant with close combat. I could be wrong. If I don't KO, I lose for sure. Because they're Assault Vest. They could be defensive, right? But they could also be offensive. Okay, Tailwind's over. I get the speed boost. 2 fire types versus Daber. The question is, how much investment will they need to survive Blazing in close combat? Because I think it's a lot. Back to Ursaluna, makes sense. It depends on if they're offensive or if they're physically bulky. That's the question. This will KO almost all Incineroar. Even like the bulkiest Incineroar can still go down to this. So I just have to hope that this KOs, please. Gotcha. Okay, now it comes down to speed. The Ursaluna's -2 is the thing. So I might be able to outspeed it with Incineroar. They do have Tailwind on the team, so it's possible it's fast Ursaluna, but could also be slow. Okay. Sorry, let's knock off. They're -1 defense. Otherwise, I think this wouldn't be happening. But because they're -1 defense, this is a lot of damage. Oh god, it just depends on Earthquake now. I survive. They're faster, but they're -2. Unless they crit, I survive. I survive. Okay. We win game 1. That's very good information. Skeletor was not good here. All right, that's game 1. Okay, we win game 1. So, okay, what do we learn? What do we learn there? Number 1, the Ursaluna is faster than my Pokemon, so I think they're probably not going to lead into Porygon. 2, if I'm in their shoes, I'm thinking like, okay, well, the turn didn't go well for them. So Blaziken was really good for me. I definitely bring Blaziken again. The question is, how do I get around this early game Vivillon? I don't mind the same lead again, honestly. I think I do Rillaboom. Can I get the Swamp Up? Not against instant lead, right? There's many ways in which this doesn't work. This is a huge gamble I'm taking. Okay. The gamble does not pay off. I would need them to do something really silly here in order to pull this off. I probably didn't even need to Terra here realistically, but I was like, I think I may as well go for it. This is tough. Okay. Huh? They're Adamant Sneasler. I got the Swamp Up. Okay, hold on. I'm Swamp Pilled. Unfortunately, this is a Grass type move, so it doesn't do very little damage. Okay, cool. So I got the Swamp Up, which is good. The question is, what's Vivillon? I need them to go for Tailwind. If it's anything other than Tailwind, I'm just Pajosed. Dire Claw's superior. So let's see if I survive.
Oh no.
Oh, I think both my mons are falling asleep here. Tailwind.
Nope.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate. So I Terra'd for no reason. I lose infinite ground. I just need to wake up. I think I just have to play assuming I'm going to wake up, because if I deal with the leads, they might have Instant and Ursaluna in the back, in which case I could win. Yep. Oh, into this slot. Ow. First of all. Rude. There's the white herbs. Now this thing is double speed. Okay, the double Primarina. All right, Primarina, I need you to wake up this turn. That doesn't matter. What matters is Primarina. Also, who moves next? I don't think it's Primarina. I think I made myself too slow. I messed up so bad. Okay, well, when Dire Claw rolls sleep, there's not much I can do about that. That one comes out. Okay. This is now neutral Sneasler, right? I can still win this. Copium. Imperial's gonna wake up. You piece of... Well, fun game. All right, the last Pokemon are Ursaluna. I got 3 turns sleeped.
Oh no.
Ah, the swamp's gone. That's unfortunate. Bango. Oh, they can still Terra then. Okay, wait. Imagine the last Pokemon is Incineroar, okay? Life Orb Goldango. I can both most likely. Okay, fine.
They didn't Terra. Oh, what are they doing? Are they close? If they close combat, okay. Blech. Lots of damage. All right, that'll do it. That'll do it. Okay, if it's no bulk Goldango and then the last Pokemon is Incin, and I survive this, all of which, not with Life Orb, I'm not surviving. I wonder what the last Pokemon is though. Okay, if I had survived that, Knockoff could have KO. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, all right, fine, probably not. I'm curious what the last Pokemon is though. I wonder if I can figure it out. Like, it feels like it should be Ursaluna, but it might not be. Oh, wait, I'm dumb. I realized something. Oh, wait, I realized something. Even though I lost, I learned something really valuable, right? I would have liked to do. Oh, wait, I would have died the thing anyway. Fine. P2 Goldango is the lead. Okay, interesting. So I'm threatening damage on both Pokemon here. Okay. They didn't Terra. That's crazy. That's insane to not Terra there. Okay, Leaf Storm comes out. That's ridiculous. I could have doubled it, but I wanted to cover for Goldango. Ice Beam. Hold on. Wait a second. Okay. It's not great, but I got the Burning Field up, which is good. It depends on if they want to go for Trick Room or not, right? There's advantages and disadvantages for them to going for Trick Room. There's Fire Pledge. So now I get the Burning Field up, which is good. Here's Grass Pledge. KO and Goldango, and I got the Burning Field up. I wanted to set this up because it's just such a valuable chip. I could have KO'd the Porygon 2 here, but I wanted to force them to either go for Trick Room or get a KO. I didn't want to give them both options. There's Trick Room though. It's not ideal. It's like not a ton of damage, but it's not nothing. Also, now that the Porygon 2 is fighting type, if I can stall out Trick Room, it has to be Ursaluna coming in here, right? Yeah. If I can stall out Trick Room, which isn't granted a big hit. Okay. We don't know what the last Pokemon is here. It could be Sneasler, which seems the most likely to me. It could also be Incin, who works better with Trick Room, and it's probably not Vivillon, realistically. It could be, but I don't think it's super likely. Okay, this is the second turn of Trick Room. We need to find our way through the end of Trick Room here, and we need Blaziken to stay alive for a little longer. We no longer need Blaziken to beat Porygon 2 because we now have Primarina for that. However, we need to keep Pokemon alive here because, or we need to trade 1-for-1. Recover. Okay, they're not taking a KO this turn. Porygon 2 going back to full HP, trying to cover for a double protect. Ursaluna goes for Earthquake, but it's not burnt and it's -1. Half health. That's a lot of damage, but close combat comes out here. How much does it do to Ursaluna? It goes down. Okay, we're up 4 against 2, but we've taken a lot of damage here. Porygon 2 has terastallized. Here's the Sea of Fire. A little bit more chip damage in this Porygon 2. It has to be careful. It can recover, but this damage is adding up. The question is, who's the last Pokemon here? Sneasler. Oh, and how many boosts do I have? We do have some chip damage in the form of this Sea of Fire. This is gonna be really close. I have the advantage. They protect. Oh, they protect. Take out. Ice Beam. Okay, please don't freeze me. Okay, Sea of Fire. A little bit more chip damage coming out here. It's permanent damage on Sneasler. It's non-permanent on the Porygon 2. I'm gonna double the Sneasler here. No, I got it wrong. Oh, I got it wrong. Oh, I messed this up so badly. I needed to take the KO on the Porygon this turn. I didn't think they'd go for that, honestly. How much is this going to do? Life Orb Moonblast gets the KO. Primarina's goated. I don't believe it. Because of the Sea of Fire chip, that's not a guaranteed KO without the chip. But with the Sea of Fire chip, it's just barely enough. Oh my God. It's because of the Sea of Fire. It only KOs less than 20% of the time otherwise. That is insanity. Ice Beam into Blaziken. I'm curious if I would have survived. I don't think I would have. Yeah, I went down to that. Blaziken, such a good Pokemon in this set. Able to set up the Burning Field. The Burning Field? Yeah, the Sea of Fire. Here's Moonblast. Primarina popping off, being just the Pokemon we needed. And somehow, we end this first phase of the tournament with 7 wins and 0 losses with 6 starter Pokemon. So somehow I went undefeated with this team. Do not ask me how, I do not know. At the end of the Swiss portion of the tournament, 15 people advanced to the top cut, which means that everyone had to play in the top 16 except for the one person who had the best record. And since I'm the only undefeated person in the tournament up to this point, that means that I get to skip right to the round of top 8. That being said, this is now a single elimination bracket. Losing once means I'm out of the tournament,
And the matchup in this top 8 is looking pretty abysmal because they have not one, but 2 different dragon types. 6 starters against Double Dragon, the team that placed second at Latin American International Championships last weekend. A team that is well developed, that is full of strong meta Pokemon like Goldengo, Dragonite, Ursaluna, Archaludon, Pelipper. And all I have to work with are 6 starter Pokemon. 6 Pokemon not intended to be used together, you could argue. You could even argue 6 Pokemon intended to be used apart from one another. I'm expecting Pelipper or Archaludon lead. That's what I think is going to happen here. That's my hashtag prediction, baby. None of these types hit Dragonite or Archaludon. They're all resisted. Okay, what was the plan? This. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm bringing double fire versus rain, baby. Though I always have to bring at least 1 fire type since half my team is technically fire. All right, Pelipper. They double dragoned me. Unbelievable that they would do this to me on my birthday. Really? Okay, I think this is Pelipper, which is okay. It might seem bad. Oh wait, I got my speed tiers wrong. Okay, that's bad. Oh, I knew it was coming. Oh, that's really bad. I should have swamped. Okay, I messed up. That's bad because I don't think Primarina survives this ever. Yeah, that's real bad. Yeah, I needed to KO. I was fine trading Pelipper here.
Bruh.
I survived. Oh, okay, then this is okay. It's not great, but it's certainly not horrible. Because Pelipper is the #1 threat against my Skeleturge is the thing. And Skeleturge is the Pokemon I'm going to bet on here to win me the game. This plan kind of sucks, but it's all I could come up with. The problem is I do need to find a way through this Dragonite. My hunch is that the last Pokemon is... Okay, I got the drum beating off. That's great. I dropped their speed by 1. I should outspeed now. I might not, actually. I kind of forgot how fast I made this thing. -1 speed. They snarl me. That's fine. I'm not going for damage here. What I want is the burn. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I shouldn't have scaled. They crit... Oh, that's strong. Oh, Lord, that's strong. Okay. I'll survive narrowly. Okay. Speed rises. This is still okay. Okay. It's going to come down to what the last Pokemon is here, basically. That's how it's currently looking to me, at least. This is -1 defense, but it's still not going to do very much damage. Not enough. Scale shot. It's fine. I was going out of this anyway. The thing is that all the boosts in Archaludon are ignored by Skeleturge. And so... +1 speed now. Maybe I should have Flash Cannon. Okay, it depends how much this does. Not that much. Hit Will-O-Wisp. Okay. My plan here is legitimately stall. I wonder if Blaziken takes +2 Electro Shot. No way, right? I need this to not be Tailwind.
Oh no.
Yeah, I needed to just drum beating that last turn. I didn't fully think things through. Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. Big damage. Let's go, Skeleturge. I think if I dropped Archaludon speed by 1 here, I would have been okay. The problem now is that Blaziken's not going to be fast enough, so I have to go for a second one of these. All right, Blaziken, double protect. Terra. They're worried about close combat. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. I need the double. Show me the double. Blaziken, 1 and 3. Can we get a little lucky, please? Yeah, I didn't really expect it there. I also, like, yeah, this whole game was kind of badly managed. Kill shot. That does a lot of damage. 5 hits. Okay. Now that's all right. Wait. Oh, now it's still above 50%. Show me body press. Yeah, okay. All right, so it's a 3 versus 1. I needed to get 1 more KO. Here's the problem. Basically, that's the issue. Sorry, Blaziken. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, they played really well. But it's not over yet, actually, if you can believe it. Because if the last Pokemon is something bad... The issue is they can drop my special attack. That's, like, actually what's killing me here. Because I'm +1. Okay, rain is gone, so is the grassy terrain. I needed 1 more turn to have passed before I pogged out. So the thing is that the burn, it depends on if their last Pokemon is Sinister or not, right? Like, actually. If it's Goldengo, it's not... if it's Goldengo, it's probably over. Gale Shot. This can miss. I'm +1. Are they going to go for Snarl or Flash Cannon? The question is, are they doing over or under 50%? And also, are they ever going to get drops or misses? How come Scale Shot Dragonite users never miss? Okay. It does 10 damage per hit. Led to 12. 4 hits. Give me 4, baby.
burn is okay. It's 4. It's gonna be. I really don't think I'll be able to win this. I don't think I have enough juice in the tank. Flash cannon. That does it. They don't ignore my drops, unfortunately. It sucks. I only ignore theirs. This. Yeah, the special defense drop does it in, but I don't think I was running this anyway. I made a couple of pretty major mistakes. Like, it might have been difficult. It was going to be difficult anyway. Okay. Yeah, it was always going to be difficult because I can't really get around this Archaludon very easily, right? I mean, it's just such a bad matchup. But I made a couple of pretty major mistakes, right? It's just so hard. Goldango. Oh, interesting. Okay. This is so hard. Okay. Wow. Okay, hang on. It's not impossible. Like, it's so hard, but it's actually not impossible. One turn of rain. Might be Tailwind. I'm hoping that's... How much does this do? Tailwind. Okay, that's okay. Not ideal, but it's alright. Shoot. Should be okay. It should be okay. Oh, it's a little bit too much. Oh my god. Okay, but I needed Premier to survive that double up. They high rolled with the Electro shot. The KO Pelipper for Premier, it's similar to last game, except this time, what's different? The Swamp is up this time, which is a huge deal. I think this is it for me, unfortunately. Oh, it didn't really matter, but whatever. Yeah, sorry folks, it's too hard. The Premier needs to survive for one more turn. Well, I'm chipping away at them, right? Miss scale shot. One time. I need one miss scale shot. They never miss. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be 3 versus 1 again, but not good for me. Yeah. Oh, I got so close. Into Rillaboom. Show me Rillaboom. Yeah. Wait, what? Wait, what? No, Blaziken. Oh. Oh, I thought I was gonna survive, or I thought they were gonna hit Rillaboom because it turned its head. With fire. Sorry, folks. I think this is it for me. Boing. They're fast. Okay, yeah, that does it. Yeah, that actually does it, unfortunately. I think if I hit that, if I hit the burn there was a tiny chance that I could have done it. Like an actually tiny... Okay, did the grass train go off in between? Yeah. Okay, actually it's not over. It's not over yet. Chat. If and only if their last Pokemon is Sinistcha, it still might be possible. Oh, it's a lot. Yeah, I mean, both Archaludon and Dragonite were such big issues for this team that having them together in the rain has made it really tough. I would have tried to Superior my way through, but the problem was the Dragonite, because both my Superior plus support doesn't do anything versus Dragonite, and they led Dragonite game 1. Swamp is gone. Grass is gone. Okay, last Pokemon Sinistcha can still save me. Trust. I mean, it doesn't really matter if the last... I would need probably a crit of my own on Torch Song here. The problem with Scale Shot is when you're losing, it makes you sit for so long to watch yourself get beat up. Ugh. Miss Snarl. Folks, I think this might be it for me. Even now, Sinistcha is going to be too much. Oh wait, see a fire still around.
Oh, if I knew there was one more turn. Not enough though, right? Okay, Sinister! Sinister plus a miss. See if fire's gone. Oh, it does do damage in the last turn. Somebody in chat was wrong earlier. Not Goldango. Sinister. Sinister.
Nope.
Oh. Yeah, well played. Well played. GG. Realistically, I was never going to be able to solo here because they brought Goldango as the last. I guess Skillurge was a bait in the end, but it was just so hard. It was so hard against this team. Sorry, Skelly. You did good. I was going to die anyway, even if it was Sinister. I didn't bring the wrong mons. Ah, it's okay. It was still a good run. Making it this far with this team is ridiculous. I really was like, oh, I hope I can win 4 games. That was what I was like, oh, that'd be good. Yeah, it's so hard. It's so, like, every win was a miracle, honestly. It was so hard. And they played well. And my Premier didn't get the rolls I needed. I think if I'd survived, I only needed like 3 more HP and I would have survived. That's all right. That's all right. It was still a good run. It was a really good run. I got 5th place. 5th place with this team. Ridiculous.